edition.
Yeah!
Last regular season show. I want to thank you all for your participation. It's been a lot of fun. This 13-week journey, unfortunately, has come to an end, but lots of excitement still going forward.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, let's start with our introductions. All the way to my far right, the true king of the North, Freddie Jon Snow Reyes. Welcome to the set, sir.
Panel killer.
All right.
You had to do that.
Right.
Make us all feel like shit. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry.
Captain of the fishing boat.
Mayor.
Meet me down at Key West. I have some rods, some bait.
I still remember last week when he realized, like, oh.
To my left, Mike stuck on 99 Hernandez. Lots of exciting finishes. Not only do we have the exciting playoff race, again, we have the toilet bowl, which ends up being some excitement down the stretch, and also the bet, but we'll talk about that. It's not so exciting then either. But let's start with last week's breakdown.
Bring it on down! Bring it on down!
On to our first matchup. It was the last of the panel matchups. We had the Brooklyn Jesters 100.3 to the Bronx Bombers 90.25. Mike, Greg, and I all went with the Bombers. The Lone Wolf Fred was the winner on that one. Patrick Mahomes 37.9 leading the way. You also had Dookie Johnson and the Seahawks leading the way for you. Mike, Tom Brady, of course, had a great game, 25.15. You had Packers D also in there, and DK Metcalf in there as well. Now, Fred, congratulations. You are now just awaiting. This is my part. I'm gonna get to it. Fred, I just want to say congratulations. You are now waiting the Bronx Jets in the NFC wildcard, which we can talk about later. We got another week for that matchup. But congratulations to you. Mike, night, sorry, and now possible toilet bowl. You're on your way. Greg, what do you think about your rivals here, last matchup of the season?
Tell him, Greg.
Samaj Paree. In your flex. 0.2 points. You left Landry on the bench. 20 points. Right there, you would have won. That, Mike, get out your own way. The season's over, but you need to get out your own way, bro. I had confidence that you were going to beat him, get your 100th win. It's just so funny that Freddie beat you exactly 100 points. Exactly 100 points, and you didn't get your 100th win.
Wow. That was some ridiculous ass bullshit. Well done. Did it. We can spend all day talking about how I fucked this one up. So, Landry and Hooper, I picked both up for the matchup, but you know what? As I was telling some of you before the show, this shit's getting to me, man. This is it. I'm worried about these motherfuckers talking shit about what I put in my lineup. Imagine if I had done something like bench Hilaire and started Gore.
Yeah.
Would y'all would have seen that shit? No, of course not. So what else? Do I bench? What was the other one? Paree was all me.
But Debo, you had
Debo was playing Rams.
If you would have put Debo or Jarvis, you would have won the game. If you would have put anybody in that flex besides Paree, you would have won the game.
And then, my man, I did that sneak shit with the running backs. to cover Gio.
Right.
And then, so what does he do? He ends up picking up Kerryon Johnson, and they both start Thanksgiving Day. So I'm leaving this motherfucking set happy as shit because I'm ready. I got a running back matchup. And he dropped like 25, 30 points on those 2 running backs alone.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
When I see people tell me I'm gonna play because he's the number 1 receiver.
But that's it. But he's a
Right.
he's a nine.
All right, so
DK
Metcalf played the Rams defense, and Ramsey shadowed him the whole game, and he got 3 points. Metcalf.
But you a Niner fan.
Debo just came back from injury.
But it's funny because I'm
Debo is
texting Gray.
different. Debo doesn't just run routes. Debo
You ain't trying to convince me now after the fact.
I'm gonna say a couple of points.
Monday morning quarterback.
I text Gray like, yo, bro, he left Hooper on the bench.
Then he's like, he left Landry on the bench.
Nah, I'm saying, Philly's tight end did all right. Go to the
But I'm talking to him on the side. I said, oh, thank God he did that. And then when I'm leaving the set, you know why I picked up Kerryon Johnson? Because he made a joke when we were leaving the set last week. And I was like, damn, there's nothing. He goes, you gonna pick up Kerryon Johnson?
Ooh.
And I was like, wait a minute, Swift's not playing, Peterson. I was like, yo, let me pick this fool up.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was asking. I was like, yo, Jason, you like Peterson?
He starts on Thanksgiving Day and gets, what was it, 7?
No, I got more than that. It was
What, for Kerryon?
9.8. It's almost 7 points. Wait, so like I said, hey man, it just all fell the right way.
Isn't that more than both my running backs starting?
I just want to say, look, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I just want to say this. Look at the last show, and I told them, Kelsey and Hilaire are not gonna score a lot. It's gonna be.
He's been waiting on you.
I've been waiting. It was gonna be Mahomes to Hill every time. All I see was Mahomes Hill. Mahomes Hill. 200 yards in the first quarter.
Can we move on, please?
We're gonna move on, guys. Mike, great game.
Listen. Mike wants to tap his red shoes and go home.
Can we move on?
Please,
All right, let's move on to our next matchup. All right, on to our next matchup. We had the New York Dragons defeating the Pennsylvania Predators and crushing his playoff hopes. 101.45 to 76.65. Mike and I and Greg all correctly went with the Dragons. The lone wolf on that side went with the Preds. Was incorrect. Josh Allen led the way for the Dragons, 19.05. Ronald Jones and the Steelers D all rounded it up. When we had Latavius Murray for the Predators, had a great game for him. We had questioned that actually. I remember you saying on the show like he's not going to keep him in his lineup. He did and had a great game. Mr. Brown, of course, great game as well, and Higgins also ended up. And now I noticed here also he had negative 10 from the Bears team. Didn't we talk about that too? That he was leaving that in there.
Yeah, we didn't think he would against Green Bay.
It just doesn't make any sense. Fred, this was your snore of the week. I mean, it was only boring because of the ass whooping. You thought both weren't going to score well, so I'll give you a half point for that.
Half point.
Big win for you, Greg. Unfortunately, because of factors unannounced through your own, you were eliminated and now are on the boat to go fishing. Predators, you made him join.
Oh, I go to Flanders.
Hey, listen.
I go to Flanders and the Liners.
Ooh, Mr. Flanders, enjoy the snapper. Mike, what do you think of the matchup?
I don't know, man. That Chicago defense thing was fine. I mean, I didn't get that part either. He didn't crack 100. What was his
70s.
He had, he had 22. No, he did have 3 in double digits. So, but
Barely,
right? But nah, man. I mean, Robbie Anderson, nice pickup. Or nice start. Yeah, I know you used mine. Which is great. Glad I was able to help on that. Pittsburgh defense.
Thank you again.
It's the
season not getting it is right.
Jesus.
Fred, what do you think?
I think he lost by 25 points. Negative 10 never helps. He goes 10 points the other way, he makes up 20 points. Plus Derek Carr, that was disappointing. We thought he was gonna go back and forth, Atlanta shootout. This guy got almost 9 points.
That game was disappointing.
Yeah,
fantasy wise.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you're gonna win like that, getting -10, your quarterback scoring less than 10 points. So that was his downfall. Now you've on the toilet bowl race. You know, I supported you all year, but that support went out the door. You went fishing.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of worried when Latavius Murray put up 24 points and then A.J. Brown got that dumbass kick return on an onside kick, returns it back for a touchdown. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be a long ass day. But then I looked and I was like, oh, he got Green Bay against Chicago and still has Chicago defense in there. And I'm watching the game and all I'm screaming at the team, run it up. Aaron Rodgers, run it up. And then I had the tight end. I had Tunney, and I'm like, Tunney caught that bomb. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But all I'm gonna say is this: all you fuckers out there thought I was gonna go 3-13 again. All you fuckers out there were wishing bad luck. I'm gonna go 3-10, maybe 1-12. Not a great season, but shit, if I can go 5-8. I'll take it at this point. So, good win. I just need to stop Mike from getting his 100 next week, and I'm good.
All right, well.
The little victories this year.
I'm sorry that you have gone fishing, but I do want to point out that Greg is bragging about possibly going 5-8. Let's go on to our next matchup.
So this is Macaronis with the final Predators report of 2020.
And all the girls say I'm pretty fly.
For a white guy.
So as you can tell, I'm deeply proud of my record this year because that's why I'm wearing this freaking bag on my head. Because this year for me was like a mailbox filled full of shit, and I set on fire and put in a dumpster. So anyway, I'm not going to delve on my past losses, although I could have won this week because I screwed myself. I played the Bears defense over the Patriots, and they got 6. Bears got -10. How the frick do you get -10, dude? Anyway, hold on. I'm losing my head. They got -10 for me, and then of course if I would have played Jamal Williams instead of Melvin Gordon, I would have had 102 points, and I think I would have won by maybe a point or so. And it is what it is. This year was awful. But I want to throw my support to both. I got to do both. I'm going to throw my support behind Nick K. I hope that you come out of the NFC because you deserve it. And God, I hope I'm going to throw my weight behind AJ. Jesus, AJ, get it done this year. Get it done. Go to the bowl.
On to our next matchup. This was the possible upset of the season with the Bronx Jets coming up big down the stretch, 95.15 to 86.4 against the leading massacre, NFC leading massacre. Mike and I and Greg all went with the massacre.
Fuck.
Fred, the lone wolf again. With the
Jets.
Jets.
Now, huh?
Yeah. You notice he only howls when he gets it right. The Jets, Mrs. Robinson's neighborhood, 21.9. Montgomery and Daniel Jones. I was like, who the hell did I write down there? Boston Massacre, Antonio Gibson, 31.6 points. Of course, Mr. Wilson and Keenan Allen finished you out for your top 3. Greg, this is your 187 for the Massacre. Unfortunately, that was incorrect. -9 on the Massacre defense for the Colts. That is not going to help. Actually, ironically enough, I'm noting that the Massacre stumbling a bit near down the stretch. Now, does it matter right now? No, but could be possible trouble for the playoffs. And congratulations to the Bronx Jets. You've earned the number 3 spot. You will play the Jesters, who we mentioned earlier in the wild card spot. This is actually, I believe, I think I said 6th season and your 6th playoff appearance.
Wow.
Doesn't get any better than that. That's all I have to say.
Sound like the original Ken, bro.
Sounds like a new King's in town. Fred, what you think about the matchup?
There's no way you're gonna win with -9.
Nope.
Yeah.
And you lose by how much? 9. So you break even, get 1 point, you win the game. Plus Russell Wilson wasn't his spectacular 25-point self. He got 16. So I don't know about the stumbling part. I didn't look that too far into it, but he did leave points in the bench as well. That Allen Robinson with the almost damn near 20 points.
Sorry.
So like I said, I was picking the Jets. I knew he was playing for his life, his playoff life. He made it. Thank you for making me look like a brilliant genius. And I'll pass it off to Greg.
I'm sorry. Mike really wants to go home. Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah.
I don't.
Straight. You're on a fucking show. You're supposed to lean
I ain't got no energy, man. This is body language. This is what 3 and 8 looks like. I don't need to sit up for this shit. Y'all hurry up and talk and let me get moving on with my life.
Let me get refocused.
Get them shoes and a fucking Michael Jackson.
Here we go.
Can I get my point off? Well, listen. I'm not going to say the massacre is stumbling, but like Mike likes to say, if he played the numbers, he's bound to have one of these games like this. So Russell Wilson, I was shocked that he only put up 16 points. Dalvin Cook did get hurt, so missed some of the time during that game. But
This disrespectful ass motherfucker. You just start off set. You dirty bitch. Take your ass outside. There's no open windows in here.
after I saw the best 19 points, Mike
No, man, fuck that
fucking
shit.
can, man.
What the
Let me let kids on the set, man.
Finish your point. Let's go.
Well, listen. I was shocked he left Beasley in the game over Allen Robinson. But Allen Robinson is one of your stud wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you bench him? I'm not sure what his thinking was on that. And the Colts defense let him down. Russell Wilson, Cook, and the Colts defense let him down this week. But, bro, you've been starting Allen Robinson all season long, and now you decide to bench him when you're going for, a record tie, tying your overall record. But it's not smart.
He could also be thinking, well, I can
John Brown.
make little moves if I want here and there.
And
So.
He can have fun if he wants to.
And all I want to mention is Week 13, still no Christian McCaffrey.
What? He got 2 points from his kicker. What's funny is that, Thanksgiving Day, you get the itis and you kind of lay back, you kind of fall asleep a little bit, and that game was on. But every time, you hear the announcer get excited, it was Gibson getting into the end zone.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, Masker got this shit.
Right.
But Eric still shows you what he is. He still does that shit. It's crazy. Good job.
Yeah.
Montgomery 20.
Yeah, when we watched the video last night, we all talked about it. Well, James Robinson ain't gonna score 5 points again like he did the week before.
Right.
He's gonna get back to his 20-point game,
Yeah.
and he scored over 20 points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Freddie, you gotta face Eric.
Right. And then I'll also say, too, we talked about it all season. He's on a roller coaster season. He's on the upswing right now. So.
Yeah.
True.
All right, well, let's move on to our next matchup.
I want to give a thanks to Freddie. First, you've been backing me the last 3 weeks. I know my team's let you down 2 out of the 3 weeks, but third time was a charm. I beat the massacre, so thanks for sticking by me and being the only one that got that one right this past week. And I'll probably see you in the playoffs, so we'll have it out again soon. And as far as the massacre, Nick, look, man, I was just happy to beat you. I didn't think it was going to happen. It did. And I'm happy about that. And like you said, may the best team win. and that team did. You know who that was.
All right, on to our next matchup. Another big surprise, another big shocker. The Dallas Grimace, the king of the North this year, defeating the Bucks 105.8 to 81.3. Craig and I and Mike all go with the Bucks. The lone wolf again. Fred, actually your underdog pick of the week. Great job with the pick. Still fighting so
Come back,
far.
baby.
Yo, so Will Fuller led the way for you. Not anymore, but he led the way last week. And it's ironic that I always say about him that he's always injured. Like, you know, he's always injured. And this year, like, he's not injured. And then come to find out, he's taking drugs. That's why. Will Fuller, 29.1 points. Justin Herbert and Willie Gallman, actually, he's been a big pickup for you. He's done well. The Bucks, led by Mike Evans, that was a good trade. The Saints, D and Jason, Mr. Perfect Sanders. Number 1 seed, and I fucked up. I mean, I don't know what I was looking at when I called that. I apologize. Much like maybe one of those news networks calling something a little early. My apologies, because you are not the number 1 seed yet. So you got to fight a little bit here, Bucks. And Grimace, like I have to say, I'm proud of you. No matter you were out of it, you're still making moves and you're still fighting. So I'm proud of that. Fred, what you think of that matchup?
So you're proud of him, but I can't talk about my 5-8 record.
I said with the Grimace we're gonna win this week. Why? And on the video I said he has his 3-headed monster back. And you were like, about time.
He didn't use it.
And here goes what I told. This is funny thing. I called him and I said, "Yo, put Eckler in, bro." He said, "I'm not gonna do that." I said, "Put Eckler in, man. He's playing." He's like, "Next week." He's like, he thought he wasn't gonna score. He scored 13 points. So it could have been a lot worse. The Bucks. If I'm the Bucks, this is the time I want my bad game.
Right.
You know, let me get it now. August 10th. I gotta fight with the GOATs, and I'm going straight to the.
I mean, he was on a rip.
Right. So I'd rather take that loss before it happens.
Yeah,
If I win now, I'll still get the number 1 seed. Let's get it out the way. And so at that point, I'm happy because he scored. I mean, Kyler Murray, terrible. I mean, nothing was good for him. Kamara, terrible. The Hopkins, terrible. So on the bright side, AJ, get it out the way. Now you play the GOATs and go to the playoffs. But Grimace, thank you.
That was long.
No. My analysis that week when I was 50 was so great. I can do that shit every week.
Oh, we got enough time? You said the previous game was probably the upset of the year. I think this was the upset of the year because the way that AJ was rolling and the way the Grimace was going in the opposite direction for him to pull this out. But again, just like with the Massacre, you want to get this type of game out of the way before the playoffs, like you said, Freddie. I don't think Kyler Murray's going to have another game like this or Hopkins going to have another, or Kamara. It's just one of those games, bro. It's just like there's nothing you can do. But I still see AJ pulling this out, you know, the AFC West title. But
yeah,
this is one of those games. This is like, oh, fuck. Nothing you can do about it. And then, you know. But this was the upset of the year. I think that AJ was putting up points. He had his own 3-headed monster with Kyler, with Hopkins, with Kamara. And then this fucker over here finally gets a little help.
It was all Fuller. Fuller's the only one that beat him.
Did we put you to sleep?
I don't know.
We're sorry to get on the couch.
I was like, wait, what game was this? Fuller was the one that beat the Bucks. AJ had a terrible scoring week. I mean, the defense and the kicker was the strong strength of the roster this week. I think that AJ's gonna be fine. I think AJ's will be fine. He did get that one terrible game out of the way. They all kind of went down at the same time. That could bode well for them going into the playoffs. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's made things a lot more exciting, that's for sure. Let's move on to our next matchup.
So we had a tough loss this week against the Grimace, who are out of the playoffs, but still manages to stick a thorn in my side. Whenever me and Kim play, man, it's always like a good game and stuff. So we pulled it out. So I'm just hoping to recover this week and get back at it. You know what I'm saying? Try to get back on a winning streak before we start the playoffs.
All right, on to our next matchup. It was last week's game of the week, and it ended up playing out that way as well. The El Dorado squeaked by the Rattlers 112.35 to 110.7. Fred and I both correctly picked El Dorados. Mike and Greg went with the Rattlers. Yes, you did.
Oh, you made a whole fucking thing about it.
Craig, Kenyon Drake, 21.3 points. Dolphins D and Matt Ryan came up for you. Deshaun Watson for you, the Rattlers, 36.3. Your kicker with 20 damn points.
What a trade.
And your defense rounded you out. Fred, your team of the week was the El Dorados. That he was close. But
They gave me second.
He had a good game. Mike, your bomb was the El Dorados, even though you don't know what the fuck it is. It's almost embarrassing. Even people who watch the show know what the fuck it is. But El Dorados, you are currently the number 2 seed. So all you need to do is win, and you are the AFC South champions. Fucking Jose, you fucked it up. Could have just been me and you mano this week, but now we gotta hope fucking Craig loses. You're dumb. Well, I just want to. I mean,
took all my firepower.
Wait on a second. Hold on a second. When your fucking kicker scores 20 fucking points, and you fucking. I already said it. I know, but you don't deserve shit. You're embarrassing.
He had a great game. He scored high again, 110 points. The only way he wins is for Smith to Hurst, which we bombed him last week for doing it, so I wouldn't have done it. But I probably would have not started Nelson Aguilar because Wentz has been shit. So I would have probably went with Josh.
Aguilar's on the Raiders.
Forget it then. There's nothing you could have done. You were set up to lose. This was game of the week. It was close, and I want to say this to you. I gotta get you, Jose. I truly feel fucking bad because you were killing it. It was yours.
Oh no!
Right.
And now you're 6-6. Potentially could be end this season 6-7. That's why I donated. I can't do it.
No,
I feel so bad.
I just want to, because I don't want to get into.
Okay, I'm gonna go like this here. I know what you're gonna do. Here we go.
I was rooting for you, bro. Rooting for you. I'm gonna give you some inside information if you guys want to know, right? You see, Hines is on El Dorados, right? So when Connor went down with COVID, I said to Jose, I texted him. I said, bro, pick up Snell. Okay. No, hurry up, pick up Snell. I'm tired of helping you, bro. I'm texting you. The last thing I texted you, Jose, was go fucking win the game. Win the game.
Oh man, that's why we play.
Win the game, Jose. All season long, you so fucking focused and you went off track. You want to get involved with Cooper and the moves he's making. You want to get worried about what we're saying about you on the show. But you were so fucking focused at the beginning of the season. I even traded you back the #1 kicker in fucking fantasy, bro. Gives you 20 fucking points, bro. And you fucking lose.
I like how you use that, or you split it around as far as you fucking that up. Right?
Listen, I traded.
I support you, fucking asshole.
That's my boy. That's my dog. Like, come on, man. Yo, but literally, I texted him. I said, Jose, win the fucking game. I got you, bro. You let me fucking down. Because if I ain't going to win, right? At least I want to see you win, bro. But now, you be fishing with me next fucking week.
Now you're gonna be
you
under
be on the
500,
spot with me, bro. How you going to start off on
Yeah, you've been in a minute. Can I go now?
Win! Just win, man. Win.
Just win, baby.
Just
All
win.
right.
All right. So anyway,
Sorry, man. Sorry.
like Jose, man, I don't know what it is, bro.
Emotional.
Like you say everybody on the set. Like I was looking back at the video and like I picked you more times than against than against. I don't know what that is, but you know, I did put you last on my draft rankings. Well, that might have been what it is, but you know, whatever. But I was watching. What's funny is that during the game between you and Craig, I was trying to see who was going to win, and on AMC they were giving National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. So you know that part where Dad cuts the turkey. That beautiful turkey, and it opened up. That reminded me of Jose's roster. And then the defense and the kicker looking nice. And then in the gut of that roster, shit.
But listen, do you know what it feels like to be winning almost all season and then to the last fucking 4 or 5
Yes, I do.
just blowing
No, not for nothing. When this offseason concludes, I am gonna eventually go back and look at some of these shows and just watch the progression, the maturation.
Yeah.
But one thing that I always go back on with Jose's season is his birthday party. It was like the film. It was almost like
that was some
like he felt like it was almost like the red carpet was out for Jose. Like, you know, the lights were flashing. He was boy, he was feeling it, boy. He was on that camera talking about he's got this and that, da da da.
But
back to saying
that may have been the turning point, because at that moment he was what, 2-0, 3-0 when he played me. I'm a much here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
a much.
You said the maturation.
I think you
right?
did take it kind of
I
hard when you said
can't wait.
nobody's excited.
But
to
you
beat
know
the
what?
Raptors.
You started feeling this fucking something, bro. Because you looked at him at the draft. Focus. Wasn't talking, wasn't joking around.
Yeah.
Focus. The whole season when you did your interview. You know, I hope I win. On to the next week. He was following the Mark blueprint to a point. When Jason interviewed, you know, I hope I win. On to the next week. Then he wanted to start talking shit about me. Started talking shit about Fred. You lost your fucking... You lost focus, bro.
Then he became Shark Bitch. All right. Let's move on to our next match.
What a sad loss for me to El Dorado. Lost by less than 2 points, 1 point something points. Really hurt me. But I think it's just the extension of our commissioner and his team, the Sharks, making faulty-ass trades to put me in this predicament. But what can I do? So I've tried to battle through it. And congratulate Craig for his win. And hope that he loses this week.
Jose, man, quality match, dude. GM move of the year. I will pat myself on the back for that one. Who'd have ever thought such a Tucker fan would have dropped him to win a game, but it panned out for me, man. I was sweating the Snell thing. I was like, if this motherfucker gets a touchdown, I'm gonna fucking be pissed. But I squeaked one out, man. Sorry it wasn't your day, man. I know you could use one just the same as I can, but luckily this squirrel found the nut, and you didn't, buddy. But hey, you still got a chance, I guess, to get in. But whoop Cooper's ass, make it a little bit easier for me if you don't mind, buddy. And we'll see you on the turn, man. Hopefully at the Christmas party, brother. Be good, dude.
All right, on to our final matchup, and god damn, I want to get this over with. The Goats nutted all over the truck. 149. Talk about, ooh, we were burping and being fucking
goat
nasty in the morning.
He got goat milk.
All over us, baby. 149.8.
He ain't gonna put no stickers.
To 106. Fred, you were the lone wolf going with the Goats. Yes, you were correct. The rest of us, unfortunately, live a life the week. Sharks, unfortunately, were incorrect.
I was, big time.
For the GOATs, fucking Tyreek Hill, 44.9. And I also have to mention Derrick Henry's 36.5 points. Jesus Christ, I don't even need to talk about anything else. For me, Aaron Rodgers, 27.75, Chubb, 23, and Jefferson with 19. So he had a good game. So, GOATs, congratulations. You secured another playoff spot. Much like the Bronx Jets, you'd only missed one playoff season. So out of 6 seasons, you've been in the playoffs 5 years, which is very impressive.
Very
so
impressive.
Congratulations to you. Me now having fucking needing help to get in. Fuck. All right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know what
Wait.
it is. I know.
I'll do it. Fuck off. Because, Fred, that's the fucking SWAT of the fucking week.
That's what it is. We're going old school for this one, like the first week. Old school.
Oh, you got the old squad.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I must start this one off because who would have known Tyreek Hill was gonna go off like that?
Here we go.
I don't know, but somebody must have known. Chase had no chance.
No.
When somebody scores 44 and somebody scores 36, most people don't even get that in a week.
All right.
You get it with 2 players.
Ridiculous.
You did score 106 points, so that is good. It's not gonna happen again. They're not gonna score like that.
I know, but fuck, it doesn't matter.
And it was so funny because I'm texting the fellas, man. I swore Jason was gonna win this game. No, I didn't. I'm lying, cuz. But I seen Adrian Peterson start going off. I'm like, oh my God, he left him on the bench.
Yeah, but
And it didn't. I got you.
I got 3
Hey, yo,
points
he
last
could have had 2 Adrian Petersons. It would have. Hey, this AFC, this is the week to watch, right?
Exciting. Exciting.
Man, it's not much to say. It's just when you get 2 players that put up almost 75, 70 points, there's nothing you can really do, Jason. It's nothing. Because Jason texts me, it's like, bro, I'm getting fucked. I talk to people around my job, like, man, did you see Tyreek Hill? Oh, man, you see Derrick Henry? I said, yeah, this guy in my league had to face both of them on the same team. It's like, there's nothing you can do. It's tough, bro. And all I'm saying, coming down the 18th hole still. Are they still trembling tight?
Silent Bush is coming over.
He just missed the birdie.
You fucked me up. That was my thing. I was gonna use that.
Shit. Bro, you know me and you.
As many times as I send you that Tiger Woods meme, you gonna take that shit right now.
Bro, you sent me the meme. You sent it on camera.
I mean, imagine if he had like Ben had a one of his games. Then they played cool, jumped in on that. We could have been a lot worse.
It could have.
Calgrakis was like thinking that he was gonna get
he
get
could break the record. Yeah, he
so
could.
it was nasty, man. That was crazy. There wasn't shit that you could do, Cooper. You had to scoring out of everybody. It's just that you ran into the wrong team at the wrong time, my man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and not for nothing, I am gonna say, when we're all puffing our fucking chest over here, I've been saying it all fucking season that the GOATs of that fucking team have been sitting around chilling.
I wore this shirt just for Mark. Biggie. They call Biggie the Invisible Bully.
Invisible Bully.
I wore it just for you, bro. Seriously.
You reared your ugly troll ass head. Big time players step up in big time games and big situations. That's exactly what the fuck you did. So congratulations, sir.
Mark don't change, baby.
Well.
last week's matchup against the Sharks was a must-win for me. The team responded with a win and Team of the Week. Sorry, Cooper. Maybe next year.
All right, on to our pick section, where last week Freddie made a bit of a comeback, if you will. His strategy of picking against us seemed to work. He went 5-1 overall. I went 2-4, and Greg and Mike both went 1-5. So made some ground. Now here's the final tally going into the last week. We have Greg 44-28. I'm 4 behind him with 40-32. Mike, you're 37-35, and Fred, you are 31-41. So if you go opposite of Mike,
and win all the games,
you go 6-0, he goes 0-6. You guys tie.
I've been saying it ain't over.
And I could maybe surpass Greg as champ, so we'll see. So I'm feeling a little hungry since since Fred is going to be treating us to a nice steak lunch.
Steakhouse.
It's time for the Stat Shack. Nom nom nom, it's time for the Stat Shack. And let's start with the best. So, lots of groans all of a sudden, lots of groans. The WSFL this week, 357.3 points to the Lsfl's 292. They take more of a lead with 65.3 points this week. So, the overall lead going into the last week, WSFL 3,439 points to your 3,567. So, making the difference 128.2 points.
Fuck the goats, man.
So, it's going to take a miracle for you guys to pull it out.
Hey, man, miracles happen. It's the holiday season.
It's true. All right, let's dive into the playoff scenarios.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go into the NFC where it's all over. So,
what? Everybody
the number one seed we have is the Boston Massacre, already set up at the bye week, good to go. The wild card weekend is already set. It's going to be the Bronx Jets going to the Brooklyn Jesters. I don't know where your stadiums are at.
Baby.
Both in the Bronx.
It's on Flatbush Avenue.
That's the setup for the NFC wildcard. What is exciting in the NFC is the Toilet Bowl, because that is literally where the race is. So the remaining teams, now I thought with Greg's victory last week he'd be out of it, but I thought wrong. Because the way the scenario works out, if Mike gets his 100th win over Greg this week, and Nick loses, that makes it a 3-way tie in the record itself. Now, what happened was Greg beat Nick, but Nick beat Mike. These guys would then have split. It would be all even, so basically it goes down to points. So if that scenario happens, the Toilet Bowl will come down to points, and we'll see what happens after that. Unfortunately, you would be at the bottom of the house.
So what you're saying is somebody in the NFC...
So not only is your 100 win on the line, we'll talk about in a little bit, the end of the Toilet Bowl trilogy is coming up.
So no matter what, the shitter is in the NFC.
The shitter is in the NFC.
Fuck. Grimace?
Grimace solidified himself out of the toilet last week.
But it's going to come down to points, and I was looking at the points. Nick and me, we're not too far from points. We're pretty close.
So it depends.
So it's going to be real fucking close. I just got to beat Mike.
This is what I mean. It's just like everything is magnified, of course, and even the toilet bowl race is exciting. I mean, that's cool.
Exciting for who?
Right? All right, let's move on to real teams in the AFC. All right, so the current seeding, we have the LA Bucks, #1 seed. Number 2 are the El Dorados, and number 3, the San Francisco Goats. So that's what we currently have right now. The El Dorados basically have the easiest path. They win, they're in, no big deal. I'm sorry, let me preface by saying the number 1 and number 3 seed are locked in. The number 1 seed will be either the Bucks or the Goats, and the number 3 seed will be the Bucks or the Goats. Now we're just determining number 2. So, El Dorados, win against the Grimace this week. You are in. Number 2, AFC South champ, and you're in. The Sharks. So this scenario, I need to win, beat Jose this week, and I just need the El Dorados to lose. That's it. That's what it boils down to. Rattlers, you need the El Dorados to lose, and you need to beat me, and you need to hope you have more points than Greg, because that's what that will boil down to, because your series will be
for
split.
Jose?
That's for Jose.
Yo, that's
so he
y'all
needs to get
falling.
So
but you guys wanted to put. Remember, you guys were picking your top 3. And you guys are like, oh, Jose's putting the points. I'm putting Jose in the playoffs. I told y'all motherfuckers, y'all trust Jose?
So, and what I mentioned earlier, the GOATs, between the GOATs and the Bucks, number 1, number 3, it boils down. It doesn't get any better than this. Mano y mano this week. Whoever wins that game will be the number 1 seed. So, I'm super excited. We'll get in that in a little bit.
Wow.
So yeah, some exciting matchups. Like I said, everything's been magnified due to our show, I think, and I'm really excited to see. Any thoughts on coming playoffs?
I do got some thoughts.
Oh shit!
We do got some thoughts.
This is gonna be a while now.
The NFC.
Don't you got a flight to catch?
The NFC is what I said it was every week. Massacre, Jesters, Jets. Let's leave it out there. Now, I did say AJ was going to be, I still believe AJ, the Bucks are going to be number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, I've been saying the Rattlers. Now, fucking hell, let me down so much. Now, I'm going to say it's going to, you know what? Fuck it. I'll stick with you, Rattlers. I'm picking Jose.
So your picks are AJ, Goats, and Jose.
Yes, sir.
I told you guys. I said, you trust Jose?
He did say that, Josie.
I'm just saying, bro. I said enough before. I just can't, Jose let me down. This was your year. This was your year. You had a lead, but you let Jason get in your head as usual with the trades that he was making. AJ, Goats, and I'm sticking with the Sharks.
Oh,
I think the Sharks
I like it. That means the other Rattlers still get no respect.
As much as things change, they remain the same.
There you go, right? Rodney Dangerfield.
Jose fucking stumbled.
Oh, no.
Craig fucking stumbled.
He broke his leg, fell on his face.
Right. These guys, we talked about all season long, how are you going to handle the pressure when it comes down to the playoff run and they're showing their true colors?
I need you to have an image of the pipe busting.
Right, because Jose, I'm not even going to text you. Have a good Christmas.
It's bad when somebody who's foreign. It's bad when somebody who's 4 and 8 is talking shit to you, Jose.
Bro, but I'm rooting for somebody, and it's like, I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt.
Mike, any
After all the shit me and Jose been through this season, he came to my house, talked shit to me. I beat his ass for my first win of the season. And after that, I was like, Jose, I'm going to leave you alone. I want you to go ahead and win. All right,
I don't want Jose to quit the league. Stop.
Jason don't want him to quit the league. He needs a new pool. He needs a hot tub next season.
Thoughts on playoff Warrior toilet bowl?
Disrespect.
Sponsored by Crown Apple.
Now, I really hope AJ gets this, man. I want him to get that bye. I want him to have that week. I hope AJ gets number 1. I do think that the Sharks get the number 2. I think that Craig loses this week. Which is
Craig gets no respect. Okay.
No, I think Kenny's going to beat fucking Kenny, and he's going to figure out a way to win.
He's going to be the spoiler.
Yeah, he's going to spoil.
Kenny's going to spoil somebody's Christmas.
And I think Cooper will beat the Raptors this week.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I was down before I got here. I'm excited.
Yeah, I can see it happening. Because you know why? Because everything in my season has been shit. Cooper makes the playoffs. That'll just
icing on the cake.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's move on to our favorite segment, Bombshell.
Shit. Do it one time, they gon' think it's luck. Gotta hit them with the repeat. Do it 2 times, they gon'
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bombshells, original BXB, back at it. Interesting week. Interesting shit, boy. Wow. A lot of fire on the set today. This is great. So, Today, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We are going to talk about the toilet bowl. So, in the running for the toilet bowl is nothing to be proud of, obviously. We got a few teams that are in it this year. Only 3 actually. But needless to say, it's going to be, no matter who wins this toilet bowl, it's going to be amplified. And we're all going to talk about it all off season. We'll probably have fucking off season videos and all kinds of stuff we're going to be doing. So whoever hangs this toilet bowl or this toilet seat around their neck is going to be wearing it the entire off season. And it's going to be painful. But what I want to remind everybody is that y'all have all been here before. Y'all have all seen dark days. Everybody in this league has had that crappy season. And let's talk about, being that I'm a president of all the people, I am going to collectively shit on everybody. So, I have one person that is actually absolved from this conversation. There's only one owner in this league that I can't say anything about when it comes to toilet bowls or terrible records or all that jazz. And that is the damn Bronx Jets. These guys, boy, I tell you, every year in their existence in the Lsfl, a winning season. Didn't have a bad season, but haven't even had a losing season. The only team in the league to do so. So, Bronx Jets, can't say nothing. You are exempt. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Now, let's talk about the other teams who've had not so good records. Craig, El Dorados. Back in 2016, you, sir, were that team. 4-9. Okay? That is what our toilet bowl this year is going to be playing for. That same record, 4-9. So, don't act like you're all high and mighty to yourself, no matter what your outcome ends up being this season. Our boy, the Goats. Their worst season has actually only been 5-8. Never had a toilet bowl. You know what I'm saying? Goats, Eric, Craig, if he gets into these playoffs this year, the WSFL, I mean, slow takeover could be made, to be said. Now, let's see who's else next. I guess it would be the Bucks. The Bucks have had some bad seasons. Bucks 4-9 in 2019, and they were also 3-10 in 04. 3-10. That's tough. That's tough. Let's go with our boy, the president of the Players Union, running candidate for the AFC. Grimace in 2017 went 4-9. Big King, another toilet bowl. All right.
I didn't get the toilet bowl.
Yeah, but you were terrible. Predators in 04, back when they were the Peckers, 4-9. You get a little bit of that love. And our great commissioner, Jason fucking Cooper, in 08 went 4-9.
2008 wasn't a toilet bowl.
Still 4, I'm like bragging about 4-9. We've all been there. We're playing for 4-9.
That's cool.
You've
That's
been there.
This year, that was fucking 12 years ago.
I'm just saying, we didn't record this stuff back in those days. So 4-9 has been done.
It's recorded though. I went through and looked at everyone's record. So sorry, wrong.
4-9.
Look it up.
4-9. I'm playing for 4-9 next week, and you've been 4-9 before.
2008.
Relax. I've never been 4-9 before.
12 years ago.
By the way, never
12
been.
years ago. You've also won a toilet bowl though.
I've never
This
been
is your second one.
That's my son's toilet bowl.
That's your second one.
You're about to have 3.
It's not even on my page. It's not even on my page.
I've never even had one.
Anyway.
We all have over 100 wins.
The Jesters. Ooh, the Jesters twice went 3-10. Yeah, I know. I was surprised at that too. 3-10.
He's had some shit.
He's had some shitty season. Now, the thing about the Massacre, and their worst season has actually been only 6-7. They only have, they've had it twice actually, in 2018 and 2019. Which means that they've only actually been 2018, 2019, and they've only been over 500 twice in 5 years. So, nothing to write home about. And the Rattlers. The Rattlers, 4-9 back in 06. They were 3-10 in 07 and 2-11 in 2011. 2 wins all season. Crap. That had to be in the toilet bowl too. So is Jose the 2-time toilet bowl winner?
Jose
is a 2-time toilet bowl winner.
2, yes, correct.
Oh, nice. Got that one. And let's talk about our boy that we're going to be seeing this week. Man, oh, damn, Greg. Okay, so you went 4-9 in 2013. You went 4-9 in 2012. You went 4-9 in 09. So you've been here before. You've done this before, and you got the 0-13 hanging over you. There's no better toilet bowl champion than our friend, the New York Dragons. I hope that I give it to him one more time, and he ends up losing to Nick. And that's all I got. So, as bad as my season has gone, we've all been there, guys. It's going to be okay. This is your president of the Players Union, and I'm out.
Before you finish, Mike,
here we go.
I want to make one announcement. Because as you're speaking,
you've
been
in everybody else's shit.
I've been in everybody else.
4-9. What other season?
Let me go one more thing.
Times.
One more thing. One quick announcement.
Shoot.
I decided as Mike was speaking.
Shoot.
Going forward, the person who gets 5 toilet bowls, 5, that trophy will be named after you. All right? Sound good?
Okay.
I think Jose got 3 already.
Starting now?
Well, yeah.
Of all time.
Of all time, man.
Okay.
All right.
Named it after. Okay. I mean, it is.
So
it's
the new
definitely
toilet bowl is named after the Rattlers.
So, yeah, that's.
5.
Breaking news.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Rattlers been up there. No, twice.
Did Greg get worried? And now it's time for the King's Court. Hear ye, hear ye.
Welcome to the final regular season episode of the King's Court. I am your king, King of the North, and I'm here with a special guest today. I have Mr. Cooper here of the Orlando Sharks with me. He's got some things to say today. I got some things to say today. So let's dive into this week's episode, if you will, all right?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on the set, King. As king of a kingdom of my own in the South, I came on the set today. We've shared the battlefield quite a few times, and we've had many battles, and grown respect over the years. So I've come to you now on bended knee, asking for a favor. I need you to vanquish a troubled fish in my kingdom, and I need you to squash him the fuck out, so that way I can go on to choke my bitch snake and move on to another glorious.
Take the fucking knee.
Are you gonna bend down?
It's metaphorically speaking.
The peasants need to go drink the field. Not worry about it.
Peasants!
Go clean the toilets. Don't mind the peasants. They get a little unruly sometimes. Nothing a taser won't take care of later. Mr. Cooper, the Orlando Sharks. If you'll bend the knee, I'll be happy to take out the Eldorados this week.
All right.
Not only for that.
Bend that knee! Bend that knee! Bend that knee! Bend that knee! Bend
With that being said, while my season was a little up and down, and I got it healthy, just a little too late this year. And I think some of you know that, and thank God I did. I'm willing to do that for you. Because right now my team is healthy. Not only that, but I'd like to end my
At least you're going to do
season
something this season.
on a 3-1 run. A winning end of the season, which I'll be happy with considering how much up and down I had. Not only that, but I want to see 2 of my teams from my division get in. Why? Because it just solidifies the fact that I've been saying for the last 2 years that I play in the toughest division in this league.
Aww.
Not some sub 500 NFC garbage ass division. Sitting way out in New Jersey somewhere where they don't care. I think they play lacrosse out there. I think that's the problem. They're more worried about lacrosse than they are playing football. So with that being said, Craig, it sucks to have to lose and get knocked out on the last week of the season. Jose, it sucks to lose and get knocked out on the last week of the season. Mark, AJ, Jason, welcome to the playoffs, boys. It's going to be interesting. And I'll see you for the playoff edition next week. For this week's episode... Oh, wait. I have one more thing I want to add. Before we get to that boring episode called Bombshells, where he shamelessly plugs himself for players rep or whatever he calls himself, I want to say that, you know, as someone that's already stepped his hat into the ring and said he's going to run against him, I'm committed to that. Every week he sits here, oh, vote for me, I'm the guy, in his monotone, Moses-looking pants. No, I need to bring some life into this league. And I need to be the player's rep. Why? Because for someone that's been in it year after year, seen all the bullshit trades that have come up through the years, all the nonsense that happens, all the dick riding from the sub 500 division, I think we
understand the waiver wire this week. Shut up.
I think we need some fresh air breath into this league. So we don't have to do things like 30 for 30s on scandalous championships. So when it comes time, when we sit down to vote, just know that I have open ears, and I'm here for you guys. Because I'm tired of hearing the dick riding bullshit from Mike myself. So there's my shameless plug. Boys, just get at me. I'll answer all your questions. And finally, for this week's episode, regular season episode of the King's Court, I am your king. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Hear ye, hear ye. And now it's time for Dragon's Lair.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Dragon's Lair. So we got a special guest on the Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all over the set today on the last week.
Jason, and I just wanted to say, how did you feel? Because this year's been a lot more this year of people bickering about trades. There's a lot. This year's been a lot of, oh, we should veto this, we should veto that. Moving forward, you know, to like maybe next seasons, you know, in the future, how do you think we should handle that? You know, with everyone's crying this year about trades.
Well, first and foremost, you know, that's if we had a president who stepped the fuck up and actually spoke to the league when these issues happened, we wouldn't even be talking about it, because the president, like for an example, the last, you know, when the complaint about this Mike Evans trade, you know, again, I explained to the now president and I already explained what the process was, and he still in this text message says, so do we have a veto or not? Not understanding his role in the process. So again, if the president followed the process in which a veto trade, we wouldn't even have an issue.
So,
to be honest.
So
what's the process?
Do you feel the president?
See, he doesn't even know.
I'm asking, so go ahead and declare it.
Sir, do you want to join the set? Please, we have another guest.
So
Another guest on the show.
The process is very simple.
Welcome to the ship, Michael Hernandez, owner of the Bombers and the president of the Players Association.
Correct.
Let me just ask my question first.
Sure.
So do you feel the president has not handled the trade situations well this season?
Not at all, and I've said that to him directly. This is not nothing new. I told him that directly a few times.
All right, so
Again, hold on. I'll explain the process. You asked the question.
I'll give you a time, sir.
Let me explain the process. The process is simple. If you have a grievance, you feel that there was a total trade that outweighed, it was obviously somebody who was hooking someone up, then you go to the president and you make your complaint. The president at that point is supposed to look into said trade, make his own decision. Is this a lopsided trade? Is this something that's even worthy to bring up to the league? And then if he's kind of iffy on it, then I told him many a times, consult other people, see what you think, and then if other people are, then go ahead and call the veto. Then you call it, make it official. That way, we're not just going into the text messages going, hey, who wants a veto? And then you don't get no response. That's what I tried to show you before, that you have to have, hey, this is it. This is a fucking veto. This is serious. You put in yes or no, and let's move on. That's the process.
So, President Hernandez, so do you feel that the veto system is a perfect system, or is it a broken system?
Okay, so as it pertains to the veto, first of all, this is the first season of its kind. Everything is magnified.
There's been a record number of trades this season.
But the veto process hasn't really been an issue in past seasons where we've had to deal with it at the scale that we had to this year. So that's one. So we're constantly evolving, and this is why we end up having this. I am not taking anything personal when it comes to any criticism as far as any process in this, because a lot of the times we've never addressed certain issues. So when it comes to the veto, the way I have been conducting business as a veto is that owner, just as you said, if they feel as though the trade's unfair, they bring it to me. However, this year, for whatever reason, it is brought to in a group text where everybody is got an opinion on said trade. Give me a opinion. So my point is that there is a forum in which there's an open discussion. So it's hard for me to have a direct channel to one owner, or if they don't bring it to me on the side. Now, there has been owners that brought to me vetoes, and I haven't mentioned it, nor will I, because it has no prevalence as far as what we do as far as transactions. So there are those behind the scene text messages and conversations that we have about vetoes. We had a hearing on Jose's grievance behind the scenes. I didn't mention it in a group text. I didn't. Time out. You had your chance. You had your chance.
Now it's time, sir. Now it's time.
We had a grievance. We had a hearing. We made some discussions. We made some progress. We came along a couple of ideas that we can do in future trades, and that's what the process is about. Okay. I'm not worried about whether our commissioner thinks that I'm a worthy president, because I am in place because of his bullshit. There wouldn't be such a position.
You're in
time out.
You're in place.
Mr. Hernandez,
hold on.
Please,
no,
just because you're going long with it, sir.
Hold on.
So my question to you. But
there's some points that he's made that I have to interject.
You will. But my question to you, sir, which you danced around, do you feel the veto system needs to be fixed?
Or is it
or
broken?
do you feel
yes
do you feel it's broken, or do you need to do it? Does it need some tweaks? Does it need more construction? There's a lot of confusion from what I hear.
So then the way that I work is that
do you feel it's broken? Do you feel it's broken?
Yes. Okay. I mean, it's obviously I'm saying if there's issues, then it's broken. So what we got to do,
as president, what would you do to fix it?
So what we're going to do is just like we did with the hearing. We talked to Jose, we heard his side, and what did Jose say? Well, we need a time limit as far as
okay.
That's something that we go ahead and we put in the CBA at the off season so that it's clear and in writing, and then we proceed to the next season. Okay. That's how I do it.
So getting back to what I was going to say, the fact is that again, if the process is followed in the way that I said, wouldn't have an issue. Mike just made a great point to his own, not his behalf. He says, well, because it was an open forum, someone said something. As president, as someone with some fucking balls, you say, hey, I'll talk to you offline, let's discuss it, then you bring it to the league as a vote. That's what a president does. That's what a leader does. They step the fuck up and they say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Yes, sir.
So there is some grievances from some of the owners on the way the process of the trade veto is working.
Like what?
Are you going to listen to some of those owners in the off season?
Yeah, if there's like a legit complaint. But Jose's complaint was completely invalid.
It's
He
a complaint,
invalidated
it's
himself.
a complaint. Even
Hold
if
on,
it's
and
Jose,
That's why
if it's Ken, it's a complaint.
That's not a commissioner's.
You
have to be
not
unbiased in
yeah,
this situation.
I am unbiased. If
I
someone,
know he's your bitch, but
if
still.
if I, as a commissioner, okay, as a leader, I do look at things unbiasedly. I don't care if that was against me or not. If he placed, let's say Mike. Let's say he was complaining about Mike, right? Okay. Complaining about what he did and what all this bullshit. If it was because it hurt him, just him, it wasn't invalid. It wasn't like a lopsided. It wasn't what it was. It was because it hurt him that week. Then I would say I don't hear you.
Okay.
You're not making sense.
May I interject? Real quick, before I lose my point.
Go ahead, sir.
So we agreed at the hearing that Jose's argument was invalid. We were clear on the fact that he had no premise for a veto. Okay, but at the same time, we heard his side of it, and Jose was able to figure out why is it that he felt it was unfair. And for that, we may have come up with a time limit as far as when you can do trades before a game is played. So that's something that will be up for discussion.
Here's the thing. You guys are bringing that point up, but it had nothing to do with his complaint. What is he complaining about time limit for? It was 3 days before the fucking game. So it doesn't
we
make
had
any
a hearing.
sense.
If you want,
your hearing doesn't make sense.
If you want the transcript of your own legal.
But Commissioner, listen.
If that's
you just stated.
Hold on, real quick, because Mike got to say his fucking point. I want to make something real clear, Mike. You're in your pretend position, because I'm a pretend commissioner, you're a pretend president, because I fucking put you there, not because fuck.
Commissioner, all I'm saying is, Commissioner, all I'm saying is, you just stated that an owner should go to the president with his issue, and we had a hearing that we were part with Jose's issue.
Right.
Mind you, yes, it did personally involve your team.
We're talking about a veto.
Correct.
That's what that was.
Yes. So all I'm saying, Commissioner, there is some grievances. There's some issues.
What? That's why I asked you.
Well,
I still don't hear anything. Y'all sound like Trump's legal team.
No,
you got all this crazy, but no witnesses.
I'm unbiased in this situation, sir. I go with the flow.
I'm asking you. You said there's grievances. What are the grievances?
Jose had a grievance. Nick K brought up his issue last week with the trade that you made with AJ because he felt it was, oh my God, it's top whatever wide receiver being traded for a defense. So he called for a veto, but we all looked at it like, and then some people wanted to veto my trade with Jose for a kicker. So there is, being that his record number of trades this year, we are seeing more owners pay more attention this year to trades. And in the past, there wouldn't be this much, spotlight
But again,
on this
emphasis. Again, I just like we discussed this before off camera.
Yes, sir.
That I have multiple times had said I would be very happy if Mike made his own little board or whatever and says, now that's your trade board. Someone comes to you with a grievance, you go to the trade board, whoever you put on your trade board, and say, hey guys, here's this trade.
I appointed
this trade. I'm sorry.
My make-believe position. My make-believe position, I appointed the operation.
So then you go to your board and you say, hey guys, what do you think about this trade? You don't just put one person, you put 2 or 3. So that way you get a couple different
There's only 12 people in the fucking league!
Still speaking. So you got you, Fred. You could have been Fred. Look, these 3 are here. You could have these 3 right here.
But you're the third. The third.
I know, but I don't even have to interject myself because you should know, like I said, Jose's grievance made no sense. It was because he was expecting to have no running backs against him and he should have known better, number one. And then now he's talking about time when time had nothing to do with that trade.
It did, though.
None. It
sir,
didn't.
Sir,
You're making no sense. It did have nothing to do with it.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming on to the Dragon's Lair for an interesting conversation about vetoes and the way the trade works in the Lsfl.
All right.
All I advise to you owners out there, go out there and vote.
Worry about you. As a commissioner, here's my thing. Worry about you.
Great, Commissioner. Thank you.
Great advice.
But we're going to have a vote this upcoming, off season for president. So the incumbent, Mike Hernandez versus Ken. Bring us some good points. I haven't heard Ken's side. I'll have Ken on Dragon's Lair next week to see what his side is on the whole veto trade thing. So thank you for tuning in today. You guys have a great weekend.
Now it's time for this week's breakdown.
Break it on down.
It's time for a breakdown.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it.
On to our first matchup, we have the Bronx Jets at 6-6 going against the 4-8 Predators. Jets lead this series 9-2. They won in week 8, 87.45 to 79.5. Wasn't a huge blowout, but the win streak is at 3. I like that to continue. The game doesn't mean shit, so I'm not going to go long about it, but I do like Lamar against Dallas. I like Jets matchup, like him to go 7-6, finish out over 500 as Mike indicated, and move on and get ready for Fred. Fred, what do you think about your opponent? Oh, we're going Mike. I forgot.
Here we go.
He's got to go opposite you the whole time.
Okay, so
He's gotta go
I was
opposite.
just telling Greg that I'm used to just what I say.
So let Greg go
whatever's left
first.
or whatever.
Right.
Let Greg go first.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You already
It's
gave it
fine.
to me.
It's fine. All right, so fucking up my flow. All right, so yeah, the Jackson at Dallas. That's going to be a great matchup for him, and Lamar needs a bounce back game, so I think he's going to do good. I mean, I don't really like a lot of else on the Jets, to be honest with you. I think that maybe the Predators have an edge as far as the rest of the roster. But I said it early in the season that as Lamar Jackson goes, so do the Jets. And the Jets have not, as I stated earlier, have not been under 500 since they've been in the league. So this would keep that streak going.
Yep,
So
you got it.
Greg?
I'm picking the Jets.
You want me to go or you?
Whatever you like. He said Greg.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is going to be a tough matchup, especially trying to look at it right now. You guys don't have your lineup set, so it's kind of tough right now. So, just a quick look over. I like Lamar Jackson coming back off of COVID, going against Dallas. I do like James Robinson against Minnesota. I like Montgomery against Detroit. Jets, Preds, welcome to the Ring of Honor. Jets this week.
I'm picking the Predators.
Surprise!
But I have a good reason why. Because Derek Carr is gonna have a bounce back game. There's no way
he's
playing the
fucking
Jets. Yeah. There's no way he's gonna fucking do that.
Can I change my pick?
And then Melvin Gordon's gonna fucking game against KC. So I'm picking the Predators. He does not want to be the fucking toilet bowl recipient. Okay, and the Jets are
Damn,
locked
Freddie,
in.
you got some good points here, bro.
So I'm picking the Predators. Nick! Last week, baby.
Because I'm looking now at Stephon Diggs against San Francisco. But you see Michael Thomas against Atlanta.
He got Waller versus the Jets. We can never guard a tight end.
All right, before I call it, get your chance. You want to switch?
No.
Cool. I'm switching. Then fine. So me and Fred are going to go with the Predators. Hey, win, baby, win, as we talked about.
Damn, can I
earlier.
go Preds now?
It's too late. All right, let's move on to our next matchup.
My number one job this week is to stay out of the toilet bowl, is not to be toilet bowl champion. I've been a conference champion, I've been a division champion, and I've been a league champion. I do not want to be a toilet bowl champion, and God damn it, I might be. So I'm not looking forward to that. So Eric, dude, buddy, do me a solid this week. Let me win, okay? Let me win, and then I'll give you $100 for some bullshit. Anyway, can't wait to see you all at the Christmas party. For those of you that haven't won a belt yet, try. It's a great experience, but I'm pulling for Nick K and for AJ to be in the Fantasy Bowl, and I hope AJ wins. So that's it. Out.
Nick, I know we've been talking a little shit about you picking up some players to stay out of the toilet bowl, but we usually have some pretty good games. So let's see what happens this week. I beat you the first time, so hopefully I do that again. Hope, it really doesn't matter. I think I'm in either way, so we'll just hash it out, and we'll see who wins this week. But I'm definitely not scared.
All right, on to our next matchup, where a potential NFC Championship matchup we have here. We have that 9-3 Massacre against the 7-5 Jesters. This probably would have been the game of the week, but it doesn't mean shit at this point. The Massacre lead this series 3-2. The Jesters, however, won the last meeting 93.9 to 69.25. The win streak is at 1. This is a close matchup. You like what the Massacre have done all year, but you do like what the Jesters have started up this little win streak towards the end. I'm going to ride with the Jesters. I've been kind of laying off. I do like their matchups this week, and like I said earlier, Massacre kind of stumbling down the stretch. So, and this game really doesn't mean much anyway. So we'll start with Mike. Actually, Mike, what are your thoughts?
I'm picking Jesters. I like Mahomes.
I'm just playing chess.
He dropped it on you, boy. Wow.
I'm gonna take Mahomes at Denver.
Wow.
I love Indiana.
Wow.
Indianapolis. I love a lot of the Massacre's matchups, and Massacres are. He's gonna pick the fucking.
I'm gonna leave out all my players.
Belichick.
That's so funny.
Fred Belichick.
No, let me take it back. I'm just playing. I like the Massacre.
Yeah, do that, please.
I just wanted to see like everybody got on. No, Massacre. I like a lot of his lineups. I got to pick him.
I want to say something. Giannis is getting shattered because of shot number 3. Listen, no. I am missing a kicker in my flex because they're both not playing. I'm gonna pick myself. Why? Because I gotta make a statement.
Ooh.
Because I do believe we're gonna meet in the NFC Championship. God help. So I need a win. And the best way to do it is by beating the best team in the league. That's it. Plain and simple. I need a win.
Statement game. Greg, you think he's gonna make a statement?
No. I'm trying to think because I'm really he's gonna make a steak. T-bone, ribeye,
strip,
mashed potatoes in a New York strip. Looking at this, because I'm looking at, even if Freddie can pick something off the waiver wire, right? He gets a kicker, that's fine. But Mike Davis is on the bye. Joe Mixon is still hurt, so you're going with Giovanni against a tough Miami defense. They coming down the stretch, tough. But David Johnson's coming off an injury. Who are you going to put in your flex?
Yeah.
Kirk? Hunter Renfro? Sony Michel? Not a lot of options. Massacre.
3 of them getting done.
30.
Alright, so as a reminder, Mike and Greg go with the Massacre. Fred and I both go with
I do want to make this my underdog pick of the week. I'm picking myself.
Oh, your underdog pick of the week?
Underdog, bro.
Okay. Underdog pick of the week.
I didn't see your underdog. You're
I didn't really see his underdog.
No, that dude is 9-3.
That's true.
But you're not an underdog. Like if I was playing the Massacre.
All right, okay, I got you. I'm not the underdog. I'll leave it for the Grimace.
All right, well, you're giving spoilers away.
All
right.
Hold
All right, let's move on to our next matchup. On to our next matchup, and this is the conclusion of the shitty trilogy, the Toilet Bowl Part 3. The Bombers lead this series 14-12. The Dragons won, however, in Week 10, 104.1 to 90.65. The win streak is at 3.
Oh, 3? I beat him 3 straight?
Yeah.
Oh, I swept him last season?
Yes.
Oh.
We talked about that earlier this year.
So 3 shots in, I'm not going to remember last season.
make the toilet bowl a 3-way tie, and we'll see what the point.
You was an asshole.
Just yourself, so this will be number 3.
Fucker.
Fred, what do you think?
So you go first.
Greg, you go first.
No, you go first. You have to go first. We're facing each other.
But he's gonna go first.
No, you go first.
All right.
Bro, we're gonna pick each other. I'm picking him.
Let me see what we got going on here.
Oh, now he wants to look at it. Right in the middle of the show.
All right. I'm gonna pick.
Here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm gonna pick you, bro. I don't really pick you much this year.
You have. You know you have.
Have I?
But you show me
At
something.
the beginning.
You have it that Greg, you're gonna get off the 0 for watch. Greg, you're gonna do this. You pick that underdog a couple of times.
Well,
you know the shit you talk to me.
Well, then win, so I have to pay for these fucking steaks, then.
I got you.
All right, I'm gonna pick Greg.
I'm gonna pick myself.
Josh Allen, San Francisco. I mean, I don't like much of this stuff, but I'm gonna pick him because I need to. The Steelers, I do like the Steelers doing against Washington. I think that's a great matchup, and I do like Juju. I think he has a big week this week.
Greg.
And this will be the snore of the week.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
chill.
It's been the snore.
Yeah, this is all year.
This would be a sweet victory in a season of not many victories. Right. So, not only if I beat Mike,
to 100,
Mike will not get to 100.
Oh, wait.
Mike will win the toilet bowl.
No.
He would have the ring around his neck.
Oh.
No.
So, I'm picking myself. I'm not looking up any matchups. I am just hoping to beat Mike. Because not only would it have been sweet to have him not only shine my belt, but to shine the toilet.
Right the fuck now. They ain't shining no guys. So I am going to pick myself. I set this up. I pulled the Tyson Hill
just for
trade,
this matchup.
just for the matchup.
Oh,
I actually looked ahead. I looked ahead before that was another fuck up I did last week. Was that I was looking ahead to this week as opposed to paying attention to the fucking game last week. So I'm hoping it pays off for me. I'm hoping that I avert the toilet bowl. I hope that I get my 100 wins, put a little sunshine in my fucking season. Because if I don't, it's going to be a long campaign.
It really is. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I didn't give this game the proper hype that it deserves.
It's a big game, bro.
All the NFC matchups, this is the only one that actually matters. Ironically enough, I mean, you got 100 wins on the line. You got the toilet bowl on the line. Another matchup, panel matchup on the line. I mean,
vision game. It's just big.
It's
big.
Mama's Dragons.
Imagine this, Jason. Imagine to know you're right there, just 99 wins.
Rival game. If he loses, that's what I'm saying. Mike loses, he has to sit all season and wait until August rolls around for the draft to that first game of the season to get his 100th win. So you telling me if I beat, it's going to be so sweet.
Wow, and the worst thing is, we don't know how your game's going to end. But you did mention before, he could have easily won this past week by making a lineup change. So, I don't know how your game's going to end. You know, if he's got to live with that, if that's a scenario, he's got to live with, the lineup change there. But if at the end of the day, even if you blow him out, he's going to be thinking, damn. That week before last would have made that one little change.
But there's so many instances this year.
But
that's just one.
I want to add a little more spice to it.
Oh,
not only would it be sweet, but if fucking Pittsburgh defense goes for 20 points, oh god.
No final bet or anything. No final bet for this last one.
The toilet bowl is on the
Well, we are going
don't
to
have Ronald Jones though.
Well, we
Pittsburgh defense.
I was thinking since we are going to steakhouse, maybe if one of you ordered a steak, maybe the other will have to cut the other steak for them. Right.
I'm not cutting another grown man's fucking steak.
Alright, so as a reminder, so Greg and I and Fred all go with the Dragons, the lone wolf this week. Mike going with himself. Alright, let's move on to our next matchup. Alright, moving on to the AFC and the games that matter. We have the Orlando Sharks sitting at 6-6 against the 6-6 Miami Rattlers. The Sharks lead this series 24-10. The Sharks won in Week 10, 120.45 to 87.75. The win streak is at 3. And of course, that continues. This will be the thrilling conclusion of the trilogy known as Shark Bitch. Shark Bitch, Part 3 for you this week. It is my lock of the week.
Oh, God.
Jose, say goodnight. I'm about to stomp your ass out.
Oh!
Fred, what you think? So Mike, sorry to
Alright, so this is my correctly used bomb of the week. Jason is going to lose this week. All that Tiger Woods shit. I know, but I'm saying, whatever.
Jesus Christ.
He is going to lose this game, and he's going to do the worst out of all the teams this week.
Really?
Explain
yourself. What matchup's bad for me?
I don't like Chubb at Tennessee. I don't like Ezeke at Baltimore. Cooper Kupp at Arizona is not very nice. I don't see
Not
what you're going to do.
nice.
What are you doing with that? Yeah, it does. Especially, if you see Houston playing from behind against Indianapolis, Deshaun's going to have to throw. He just did a good game. Josh Jacobs at New
If
York.
he plays, yeah. If he plays.
True.
And I have his backup. Just a little tidbit.
Good. So, Jonathan Taylor at Houston.
That's if he plays.
I'm dumbfounded right now.
And Coop.
Alright, so we're clear. Mike picked me for the playoffs, but picked me to lose today. Makes sense.
What is this? Alright, so I'm going to pick the Sharks because he has Aaron Rodgers, Nick Chubb, and Justin Jefferson's going to kill Jacksonville. I don't know who's going to put in as tight end and kick it don't matter. And the Browns D, I don't think they're going to leave that in there against Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Chiefs against Denver.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick the Sharks. 2 reasons. He needs to win. Rattlers always fold and Mike fucking forced me to.
Everything's on the line in this game. Everything.
Respect is on the line, Jose. Just to let you know.
Oh, yeah. Bro.
Don't be Shark Bitch Part 3.
Weird.
That's an I quit match.
And the reason why I say that is Jose's season has been a novel. You know, you start off great story and a tragic ending. The prince dies at the end. The princess drowns in some unforeseen accident. The hero falls on his sword. Jose,
This is deep, man.
this is you, bro. This is your career. This is the Rattlers, bro. It's just you. You're gonna lose, man. And I said it. I can't say it enough. I was rooting for you, man. Rooting for you. But like I told the panel last week, you trust Jose? I love you, but I don't trust you. I don't. So you're going to find a way, like Mike said about me previously, you're going to find a way to fuck this up. Jason owns you 24 and, what is it, 10? 24 and 10. Listen, next year, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk about mutton anybody. Don't talk about somebody's gonna go 0 and something. When is your birthday? Put the liquor down. Put the blunt down. Drink the water.
Definitely get mosquito repellent too.
This is your career, bro. Like,
I'm done. He's done.
All right. So as a reminder, Fred, Greg, and I all go with the Sharks, the Lone Wolf. Going with the Rattlers.
That's one cold honky.
The last week, I'm playing against the fucking Sharks, the flicking tyrant of the league, the Trump of the league, the man that made the most fucking crazy, got the most crazy trades from other teams outside our division trying to help him win. So it feels like I'm fighting against not just the Sharks and the fucking El Dorado, but also fucking Nick K and fucking Nick, both Nicks, giving Jason these fucking trades at the end of the season to make him even fucking relevant. But all I can say is that I will try my best to beat Greg, and I'm going to hope the hell that Craig loses. Peace.
All right, on to the next matchup, a crucial matchup in the AFC playoff picture. The El Dorados 7-5 versus the 5-7 Grimace. El Dorados lead this series 4-3. The Grimace, ironically, won their last matchup, which was the AFC Championship last year, 112.45 to 90.15. That win streak is at 1. And I'm just going to pick it because I fucking need it. Grimace, I'm riding with you. I'm behind you. If you were still in the playoff race, I would throw you fucking anything at this point because I want you to beat these fucking El Dorados and give me a shot. Greg, what you think?
Damn, I have to veto your trade. I don't like any of the El Dorado matchups, bro. Matt Ryan against New Orleans, tough. Drake against the Rams, tough. Hunt against Tennessee, tough. Ridley's coming off an injury. Bro, this is my 187 pick. I'm picking the Grimace because I like the Grimace matchups. I like the Chargers against New England. I like Aaron Jones against Philly. And yeah, gonna pull this one out, and I think he's gonna lay the smack down again. Another career-defining game for someone in the AFC South. Craig, I was on the bandwagon. I wanted you to send me an El Dorado T-shirt, but again, can we trust you? And you've shown, like Jose, we can't trust you, bro. This done. Oh, you defer.
He's finally here. He finally gets to play him. He's going to have a nasty little game this week. I agree. I think he's going to have 187 this week. I think that he's going to do well. I don't like anything on the El Dorados lineups either. And, it's unfortunate. The El Dorados had a good season. They did earlier, and they did a couple of good,
How many teams of the weeks did they win?
Two at least two.
Damn, bro. Damn, you won more team of the weeks than me. You're gonna be in the same position.
I'm guessing Mike.
Be your underdog pick of the week now.
Yeah, right. Fucking God.
El Dorado.
I'm picking the El Dorado.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
You guys are terrible.
You're making the playoffs, or we're not.
Damn it, man. I don't know what to do now. I do like the Grimace, but I do have to pick the El Dorados. I'm gonna pick the El Dorados for my team of the week.
Ooh.
The next game. I'm gonna go to the
you know why? You know why I'm picking him? Because everybody's crapping on him right now. Yeah. And he just scored 112 points last week, and y'all all forgot about him.
He's not running the football. He's not throwing the football.
It doesn't matter.
He's not on the field.
He is back to his normal self. El Dorados, I am picking you team of the week, bro.
Woo! I'm saying Grimace are at full strength, and they got good matchups.
Oh, I'm not saying that he's a scrub or anything.
No, but he's saying El Dorado's gonna have that team of the week, so that's.
I would have, if you would have picked the Grimace to be team of the week, I get it.
But
that would make sense.
But then I would have picked the Grimace to win the game.
He's got to pick anybody. He's got to have faith.
You're not gonna. It doesn't matter.
For AJ.
You're not gonna get. You're not gonna get it.
He needs to have faith. That's all right. So as a reminder,
Swat of the week.
Mike, Greg, and I all go with the Grimace. Fred, the lone wolf, going with the El Dorado.
Swat of the week.
Swat of the week, all by you. All right, let's move on to our final matchup.
The Dallas Grimace. I mean, you guys actually have a chance to play spoiler this week. I see you've been snagging up any freestanding wide receiver you can get, man, to try to put some points on the board, man. Respectfully, I appreciate you not going out like a bitch, but I'm just treating this. You know, I call it like the Dolphins going into Denver, man. That trap game. You know you're a better team, but anything can happen on game day, man. So I gave the boys a pep talk. I'll have no eggs laid. You know, you're cut. You're out, man. You get under fucking 5 points for me this week, you're done. So let's pull off a victory, go into the playoffs, and kick some ass, man. We'll see you guys at the Christmas party, man. Be good.
All right, moving on to our final matchup, and it's our game of the week. And quite honestly, it could be the game of the year when it comes down to you, mano y mano, number one seed, first playoff bye on the line. It doesn't get any better than that. The LA Bucks at 8-4 versus the 7-5 Goats. The Goats lead this series 9-5. They won in week 9, 125.4 to 91.85. The win streak is at 1. Greg, what do you think about this matchup? Because I need to go opposite.
This is tough, man, because AJ has DJ Moore and Mike Evans on buys. He has Deontay Johnson on the bench. But I like Kelsey, man. I like Kelsey's matchup against Denver. I like Kamara against Atlanta. Ooh, but the Goats, man.
Make a pick, man.
The Goats. Listen, if I didn't have, I don't want to pick. I really don't want to pick. I don't. Because it's a tough pick. But if I have to choose, because I want Jason to sit here and think.
Jesus! I don't have to think. Whatever you go, I'm going opposite.
Yeah, he's not thinking, bro.
I'm going with the invisible bullet.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Goats. I think the Goats will pull this out because he has some better matchups this week. I think he claims the number one seed. And good luck, Jason.
All right, well,
right.
You know, Bucks.
Go ahead, Mike. What you doing?
Nobody rushes you when you on that damn tirade.
We got here at 7:30.
Hopkins, Murray, what else?
Kelsey.
Hopkins, Kelsey, I'm done. That's all I gotta say.
You picking Bucks?
Yeah, bro.
They got tough matchups.
Hey, fuck it. That makes our four opposite.
What do you got to take to the airport?
Man, I want to pick I want to pick the Bucks. I want to, but I just don't see it. I like the Goats this week. I like a few of his matchups. I just don't think that AJ is going to have enough to match the point total. I don't see the matchup. I mean, he's going to do well. I just think that the Goats are going to be better.
I am picking the Bucks. Watch this happen. It's going to be funny. You're going to see Mahomes to Kelsey all game. Not going with him.
Try it again. Try it again.
Okay, watch.
Try it again.
Watch.
All right, so as a reminder of the biggest matchup of the year, we got Fred and I going with the Bucks, and Greg and Mike going with the Goats.
This week's matchup against the Bucks doesn't get any better than this. Last game of the season for the division, and I think the number 1 seed. Good luck, AJ. Hope both teams show up.
All right, so this week we got Mark in the San Francisco Ghost, man. It's gonna be a tough game. This guy has my number, so remember they got a couple buys too I'm dealing with. But you're the Bucks, baby, so we're gonna try to bring it. So good luck, Mark, but hoping to knock you out this week.
All right, Lsfl family, we'd like to thank you once again for enjoying another week of Lsfl Game Day Live. It's been a fun journey through the 13 weeks of the season. Sad to say the regular season part is over. We'll have a very fun show next week for Wild Card Weekend while we eat our steak.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, that's very true. So,
congratulations. Now we're going to present the WSFL and Lsfl. Wins the title.
Wow, nice. All right, Lsfl family, thank you once again, and we'll see you next week.
Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the button. Full of pain, enough tears to fill up a fucking bucket.
Yo, take me to the airport.